Things are starting to get really intense right now. And of course, the Schumann resonance has been down for a while. Not only that, of course, but there is a lot of activity that we need to break down. A new group of sunspots have moved in. This could mean potential X class solar flares. Things are very much getting intense right now. I hope everybody has been doing very good. We have a lot of things to get into, so Joe Sky back at it again with another update for you guys. So, it's almost January 16 as I'm recording this, right? Midnight Eastern Time. And as you can see, since 3 p.m. or so, we haven't had any data. But let's keep going before that, right? So this would be around midday, hour 15. This would be around 3 p.m. or so Eastern Time. So around Eastern Time, there was a big blackout. This could have been another timeline um, jump. Definitely something. I know people have been definitely feeling something, but as of lately, so we're about 8 9 hours or so without any data at all, which is incredibly interesting. Now I decide to do some extra research. Well, the only reason why this could happen is because of the weather in Tomsk, Russia, but it's 0% precipitation. So it's not snow, it's none of that. It is the cold, right? And by all means, there's been a huge earthquake in America. I actually should have said that in the beginning of this video, but we'll get into that. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, it's minus 35 Fahrenheit, minus 37 Celsius. So that could be the reason why we have a blackout and or the charts freezing. Again, I did predict things like this would be happening. But other than that, nothing higher than a power 10, probably around hour 18 or 19. Nothing too intense. There hasn't been really any big push. But of course, you know, things are definitely happening here. This is probably cold weather, is why it's doing this. Again, I definitely predicted January would be a big month for blackouts and timeline. Well, pretty much like blackouts, basically. So that's pretty much what's going on. I will keep you guys updated. There'll be a lot of streams coming in this weekend, so definitely be sure to tune into that. But not too much activity going on. And yes, there is a big spike. There is no precipitation whatsoever. Now, next few days, it's sunny as I'm talking. It's literally sunny in Russia, and it's gonna be like that for the next few days, with little to zero precipitation. So overall, um, this could be very severe, or this could just be the weather. It's very cold. Maybe there's an issue. Overall, um, that's what we got going on there. Again, magnetic field. We are definitely seeing some activity here. Nothing too intense right now. This is the Casina, Italy station, and the magnetic field in Casino, a lot of gray, so things are starting to get covered up, or not covered up, but yeah, it looks like there's a glitch or something happening. Now this is a boom shakalaka, um, right? A 6.0 by Brandon, Oregon. So that is massive. That is probably the biggest earthquake I've recorded so far for America. I'm sure there's been larger, but for my time for the last 30, 40, 50 days or so, I haven't seen anything greater. I'm sure there's been, obviously, but as of for a month or a few months, maybe longer, a 6.0 is pretty massive, right by Brandon, Oregon. There's been quite a bit in California though, pretty big one in San Diego. Let's take a look right now. 4.1. That's pretty. That's still big in Holtville, California. In a 3.5, 3. Okay, okay. Yeah. So definitely some earthquake activity going on over here. So pretty strong stuff right now. So things are definitely amplifying. And believe it or not, the biggest earthquake is by America. So here's where things get intense because we got really powerful solar winds. We have very high solar winds right now, and that's about it. That's about it there. Then, of course, we have this gigantic coronal hole right now. This is a chain of coronal holes. It looks like it's chaining again. So, very interesting. And you got this wide group, massive group of sunspots that are starting to pop in right now. So, let's keep on looking. Let's see if we can pull up any data here. So, for solar flares, it hasn't been too much. No radio blackouts here. That looks like it's by Russia, if I'm not mistaken. If there is anything going on right now. I know America, people have been struggling with the internet. Have you been struggling with your internet, by the way? Let me know. Alright, let's study these sunspot regions. These are already monstrous size. Let's zoom in. 4341. Truly concerning, so is this one. Alright, let's click on it. So this one surprisingly doesn't have a strong chance for an X class. For it's pretty big in size. This one not too much. This one, these are small. Oh, these are the little ones. Let's keep going. Alright, so this is the huge one right here. 4341 with a 10% chance now for an X-class solar flare. This could be bananas. This could be massive. So that is definitely something to look out for. That one's growing. So yeah, overall, got those new sunspots. I don't know if those are all of them though. There might be more. So here it is on this image. This is a huge coronal hole. Pretty massive here. And the coronal hole detection map definitely shows that there is a huge one. And it looks like it's chaining on the bottom. This one kind of shows like the sunspot region's good and the coronal holes. This one kind of just highlights all the darkness in a way. Wow, look at all that brightness on the left. And the thing about it is it's really bright and condensed. So a lot of the sunspot groups. So one of the interesting things about this is the sunspot groups are super close to each other. So I feel like whenever that's the case, it's like pretty interesting. Usually they're spread out, but in this situation they're all condensed. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or if that means that, these are some fresh spots. Some of the spots do look pretty fresh, and some of them look like they've been quite active. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I do hope everybody's been doing good. I'm really appreciative for everyone who's been watching. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, I probably got a new moon video to make. I know I gotta make my next video on the nervous system. Gotta do some practices for healing. So that one's gonna be pretty big. Other than that, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Hope you guys are enjoying the wisdom based shorts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.